That's right. The aspect of death is finally coming to Heroes of the Storm, and I have the honor, nay, I'm lucky enough to be sitting with these two guys here to the right of me, and they're going to tell us all about Deathwing and what he brings to the Nexus. For those of you that don't know them, I got Kyle Dates and Adam Jackson hanging out with us, and just so we can get a little bit more information about you guys, for those that have never seen you before, you're missing out, by the way. Adam, what do you do for this game, and let me know your main in Heroes of the Storm.
Okay, I'm a live balance designer, so I'm in charge of all of the balance patches that you guys have been seeing lately, as well as reviewing and doing a bunch of the reworks that come out.
Okay, and who do you main?
Right now, I play a lot of different heroes. I'm probably most well known on the team for playing Samuro.
That's why he's busted. Fair enough. Kyle, what do you do for the team?
So I'm actually a hero designer on the team. I'm the main hero designer for Deathwing. So we're finally bringing him in. It's the craziest hero ever. And I main Li Ming usually.
First off, great. I love Li Ming. Calamity build, awesome all the time. Do you go Calamity?
Nope.
I
like
do you go?
Seeker.
Okay.
More of a Seeker guy.
I prefer Seeker over Orb build, but hey, you bring out the skill shots, you're doing what you're doing.
Seeker Fireflies.
Seeker Fireflies, that's the way to do it. I have to ask you both really quickly before we even attempt to talk about his kit. What's it like bringing Deathwing to Heroes of the Storm? This is a big hero that people have wanted for years, and obviously there's a lot of preset thoughts about what this character could bring to the game.
Definitely. Deathwing is, he's super highly requested hero.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways we could have gone with him. He's destroyed worlds. He's got, a dragon form and a human form. He has, son and daughters in, World of Warcraft. So there's a lot that, we had to think about when bringing this character. Do we bring just a standard, fantasy dragon, or do we go for more of a world-destroying, bringing the cataclysm, situation? So that was definitely a challenge.
What was your challenge, Adam? Similar to Kyle here, or was there anything different?
You'll see my challenges when we delve into his kit.
Okay.
I'll just put it that way. He does a lot, and he does a lot of very cool stuff, but also a lot of stuff that we have to look at very carefully to make sure he's balanced.
Well, let's not prolong it. Let's do it. Let's jump into his kit. What does he bring in terms of trait? Everyone wants to know a passive that you have when you look at the entire kit of a character.
Yep.
What does Deathwing have?
So Deathwing's trait is called the aspect of death.
Okay.
And it ties a lot of our fantasy that we're really going for playing Deathwing. First off, he's going to be a giant dragon the whole game, so no human form. He is the fantasy that we're going for, the big black dragon that destroyed the world.
Give me a visual indicator.
Cinematic.
How big is dragon?
Think Alex Straza and then like a little bit bigger. But all the time.
The entire game.
The
He's
whole
just
game.
waddling around on all fours.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Continue.
So he views mortals as being kind of beneath him. We're puny little, nothings compared to the great Deathwing.
Naturally.
So he deals 100% damage, bonus damage enemy heroes. Think like Alarak.
Sure.
That same attitude, that same thing he's got going on. Second is he's permanently unstoppable. So big black dragon, you cannot mess with him. He does not care. He walks right up to Garrosh, doesn't care.
You can't slow the waddling down at all.
You cannot slow the waddle. He's going to waddle where he wants to waddle.
Wow.
So he's permanently unstoppable, and then the third big thing
Wait,
is
there's more?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's completely unaffected by allied abilities. This means you cannot heal him. You cannot use Anduin to pull him out of trouble. You cannot do anything to interact with him as an ally. He's going to be playing his game the way that he wants to.
No heals, no shields, no Abathur cloning, no interaction.
Abathur can't even hat him. He's not a valid target. He cannot be affected by his allies.
That is so cool yet so crazy at the same time.
Yeah,
How does that even work out?
He does his own thing.
So he has 3 things baked into his trait.
Well, wait, there's more.
There's more.
There's more.
One more thing is he's got, if you remember in the Cataclysm cinematic, he had those plates on him.
Sure.
So he has these adamantium plates that are put onto him, and basically he starts off the game with 40 armor. And every 25% health, he's going to be losing a plate, which takes away 10 armor away from him as he's losing health. So think like the opposite of Garrosh, where Garrosh gets tankier as he's close to dying. Deathwing is more what you would expect, where you're breaking him apart and whittling him down, and you're going to give him less armor as he's dying.
So he's a tanky big boy that just runs the entire menu.
Yes,
He does what he
sir.
wants.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And that's just his trait.
That's his trait.
There's nothing more, right?
Nothing
We're
more.
good?
No, that's it. That's it.
That's it. Just casual trait, nothing big deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
no big deal.
So I'm thinking about this dragon waddling around, can't be touched, can't be healed, and I'm wondering, does he ride a pony the entire time? What's his mount? What's he bring?
He just jumps right on a little pony and
Yeah.
rides it around. No,
Cute.
actually, obviously, with a big dragon, he's not gonna be able to ride on the standard mount. So he's got his own custom mount.
Okay.
This is called Dragon Flight, and so he basically lifts off into the skies, leaves the map completely. He's gone off the map. And while he's gone off the map, he actually restores his health over time. So this is his primary way of getting back health that he lost while he was on the ground.
And that solves the not being able to be healed by
Exactly.
allies. Gotcha.
And so as he loses armor plates, when he takes damage, when he's in the sky, he can actually regain these armor plates as he regains his health. So this is the only way that he can regain his armor plates. He can tap fountains, he can pick up health globes to get health back, but those will not restore his armor plates. So if you want your armor back, you have to take off into the sky and you have to get that health back. In addition to this, he can land anywhere on the map that he has vision.
Okay.
And when he lands, he can pick one of 2 different forms to land in. So we've got the Destroyer form and the Worldbreaker form. And these forms change his base kit.
So quick recap. He has 2 forms, able to fly into the air. He's hanging out with Hyperion. He decides he wants to come down after hanging out with Hyperion, and he can pick 2 ways to fight in the Nexus, basically.
Exactly.
What, quick recap, or quick point out, what's the difference between the 2 forms? Is one melee-based, one ranged?
Exactly.
Okay.
Destroyer form, this is more of his melee, brutal physical form where he wants to land in the middle of the fight and, charge in, biting, clawing, just, scorching his enemies. And then his Worldbreaker form is actually more of a medium range disruption and area denial form that he kind of is just breaking the world apart underneath his opponent's feet.
He has so many abilities already, and we haven't even talked about his Q, W, E, or R.
Exactly.
Well, speaking about his Q then, so you mentioned when he comes down in one form, it could change the abilities overall.
Correct,
So let's go ahead and talk about Destroyer form, correct?
Yep.
Which is his melee-based one. What's his Q do on that, Adam?
So he actually shares his Q between his 2 forms.
Okay.
So it's called Molten Flame, and he basically rears back his head and just shoots out a giant flame breath in front of him. It's exactly what you would expect from a dragon, and that's why we kept it between the 2 forms. It does a lot of damage. It's probably the highest DPS ability in the game.
On a Q
On
ability.
a Q. On a Q.
Adam and Kyle, what were you thinking?
It has a long wind-up.
Okay.
If you get caught, remember, don't stand in the fire, right? You've been doing this for years.
Sure.
If you're
Everyone
standing
knows.
in,
I'm a WoW noob, and I know not to stand in the fire, all right? Like, it's...
Right.
Okay, so that's his Q on his Destroyer form. We're going to go ahead and keep going down the line here. Let's talk about his W.
Yeah, so his W in Destroyer form is called Incinerate.
Okay.
And this is a close range ability where after a small delay, which all of his abilities have delays, he releases a pulse of flame with a flap of his wings that basically torches anyone that's near him. So he wants to get in the middle of the enemy team and press this button to do damage to everyone around him.
This is a circle AoE.
It's a circle.
Everything around him just takes damage.
Everything around him just takes damage. So if you're near him, you're going to be taking damage.
Immediately, I think I want to fly into the air, right? Let me know if this is the right thought process for playing it. I want to fly in the air. I want to come land on somebody, preferably being in the middle of the entire team, make them scatter like flies, and then just slam my W.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a good fantasy,
everyone
but
around
just
you.
a little caveat. After you land, your abilities are going to be on a little bit of a cooldown.
Sure.
So you can't immediately blow different abilities on them to kind of give some counterplay. Remember that balance thing we talked about?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you've thought about all this.
We thought about it a little bit.
Okay,
It
I'm
was
going to trust
good.
you guys.
But
Yeah.
we'll get more into that later.
Okay, so that's damage, AoE ability on his W. Easy.
Yep.
E.
E.
E ability, this is called Onslaught. This allows Deathwing to lunge forward a small distance. So this is kind of the only tool he has to move quickly.
Okay.
Basically, he can lunge a small distance, and any heroes that he hits as he lunges, he'll slow them. So this is kind of a way for him to keep up with the enemy team as they're fleeing from him, which is most likely what's going to be happening. He also does a bite at the end of the charge. So imagine he gets back, he charges forward, he damages everyone that he tramples over, and then he just takes a big bite out of whoever is at the end of that path. This deals extra damage, and he's got some cool talents to buff that as well.
I'm over here just looking at his face over here, those
That's
big old teeth just chomping
oh,
me down.
Yeah. Big jaw, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna clamp down.
Okay, so that's his main kit. Destroy form doesn't affect his heroic or anything, so we can
Yeah.
floss over that. Okay,
Right.
let's go and talk about Worldbreaker
So
form.
Worldbreaker form. So
Okay.
the fantasy we're going for here is the Deathwing from the Cataclysm cinematic. So he's breaking apart the world. He's going to be a little more ranged. So the way it works is he's His Q is the same, the molten flame, giant breath.
Okay.
His W is called lava burst, and what he does is he slams his paw into the ground and unleashes a little lava pool in an area around him. So it's like a little circular pool. This pool does damage, ticks pretty fast, and then also has a pretty significant slow attached to it. So if you're standing in the fire, which you don't want to do, then you're going to be slowed, which can set up his flame breath, right? And so that's his W.
Okay.
And then his E is called Earth Shatter. He rears up and slams his paws into the ground, and this little V-shaped skill shots go out. And if anyone, it's like the ground is kind of rumbling up.
Sure.
And if anybody gets hit by them, they get stunned.
And this is the
And take
area
damage.
effect ability?
Yes. So if you hit a whole line of heroes, you'll hit them all.
I can 5-man stun people.
You can potentially 5-man.
No, I'm
stun
going
people.
to every single time.
Yeah, every time you press the button, 5-man
all
stun.
5 people
Easy.
stun. Okay, so that's his main kit, which already sounds incredible already. Seems like a
Yep.
decent damage dealer with CC built in.
Yep.
Obviously, his drawbacks is he doesn't have much mobility, but whatever.
Wind-ups.
So before we even talk about his heroic, let's talk about his role. Where does he fit in the game? Is he bruiser based? It sounds maybe a little tanky here and there.
So he kind of walks a fine line. We're going to be classifying him as a bruiser.
Okay.
Because it's kind of in this case, a little bit of a catch-all. He's got the health of a main tank. He's got a lot of health, but he doesn't quite have the control and the space that a main tank would have, because he does have CC, but his stuff is really long windups.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to line up everything as reliably as, say, as ETC stun or a storm bolt from Meridian or something. So he's a bruiser in that regard, and then also in his melee form, he kind of gets into the thick of things, kind of like your typical bruiser, like a Sonya or an Imperius or so on. They're gonna get in there, try and do damage, have a decent amount of health, and then try and get out when they're in trouble. So he also does flex a little bit into the mage role, especially with Worldbreaker.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do the damage that like your typical Lee Min or somebody would do. His stuff, it's just the flame breath. All of our damage is put into that. So
Kyle,
honestly,
do you just feel like an absolute badass when you're playing this character?
You
guys
really
are just
do.
smiling.
you
talking about it.
absolutely do. He is really fun.
It's so much fun to play, and it just feels so epic. And it's funny, like talking about Worldbreaker form, it's kind of this form where you want to, use these ranged abilities.
Yeah.
You still want to get in the middle of things.
Sure.
You still want.
Yeah.
It's even better when you're in the middle of things, because they don't have as much time to react to which way you're aiming. And Deathwing still hits like a truck.
Yeah.
He's still got a massive health pool. So just because he has ranged abilities doesn't mean he's not trying to get in the middle of things still.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, internally playtesting this, have you had any side effects of people starting to roleplay as Deathwing, feeling like they're the badass that runs the entire game? Because I know I've seen that with Alarak players, and Deathwing seems like this could be contagious.
Yeah.
It is a bit contagious, especially with the not caring about what your allies are doing. He just
gosh.
he marches to the beat of his own drum.
Sounds incredible. Okay,
It's hard to get good feedback because everyone's just like, oh man, I just had so much fun the
On
whole time.
Deathwing, yeah.
It's like, well, did anything not work out for it? No, everything worked. Keep it.
Awesome. Okay, let's talk about his heroics then, because obviously his kit by itself isn't strong enough. Let's talk about his heroic.
Yeah, so let's talk about his heroic. He actually only has one heroic. One, and he gets it from the start of the game.
You pulled a tracer on me
Yep.
with this character.
So Deathwing is obviously very well known for bringing the Cataclysm to Azeroth. He flew across the lands, burning everyone underneath him. He caused the world to break apart and shatter. So obviously we had to make his heroic Cataclysm. The question was, what does it do?
Sure.
And so in Heroes, what it does is Deathwing flies into the sky, not all the way in the sky, but just like, he's more like
Half-flight.
Medivh form,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like just a little bit off the ground. He flies over the area. It's like a very long range skill shot. He flies over the whole area, burning everyone underneath his wings and scorching the ground for several seconds.
It's a flying lava wave.
It's a flying lava wave that you can aim in any direction you want.
Vertical lava wave.
Vertical lava wave. And then he lands at the end of the path. So we were talking about how he doesn't have a lot of mobility in his kit. This is probably his main form mobility if he's going to use it for that purpose. But other than that, he's only got Onslaught. So he can reposition in a fight with this, but he's blowing his heroic to do so.
Quick clarification. You said he gets to level 1. Does that mean I can do it coming out of the gates, or is there a slight cooldown?
It does have a cooldown on
Okay.
it. You can't use it immediately, but he does just get access to it after a period of time.
That is incredible. Is there any alterations for said heroic, or is it just badass enough that we don't even have to give it alterations?
So at level 10, he can upgrade it.
Okay.
The upgrade makes it do even more damage. And on top of that,
Great.
when an enemy fort or keep is destroyed, it resets the cooldown of Cataclysm. So imagine that you're pushing with your immortal, right?
Your Gazzle buddy.
Your Gazlo buddy, right? Best buds forever.
Yeah.
And, you know, the enemy team is hiding behind their town trying to defend. You just fly over, burn the entire area so they can't defend it. And then when that town goes down, you can either fly back out or just keep going in.
Keep going.
No, that sounds great. That sounds amazing. We're just going to walk over forts and just murder everybody. Totally fine here.
fun.
Okay, so that's the first
Yeah.
that you can upgrade it to. What
Yes.
is the second?
So that's actually the only way you can adjust Cataclysm at level 10.
Okay.
But he does have another option at level 10 that you can pick, which is called Bellowing Roar.
Okay.
So this is the Dragon AoE Fear. This lets him, after cast time, obviously everything has cast times, he can then fear everyone around him. So we're finally adding another fear to the game. Gul'dan had the first.
Sure.
Deathwing's coming in with the second one. It's a big area around him. So Cataclysm in, fear everyone, make them flee in terror.
So you're aiming for that back line, and you're wanting to like push him into your team.
Or your
yeah.
team, or just, you know, Deathwing's a big target. Everyone wants to take him down. So they're surrounding him, they're trying to burn him down really fast, and this kind of just like forces them all to scatter, and then he can decide what to do after that.
He sounds incredible. And immediately in my mind, I start thinking about compositions, and I have to ask you guys, have you gone for the Dragon Dream of Cindergosa, mixing in Alexstrasza, maybe a little bit of Hanzo action? Have you guys tried that internally, and how did it work?
We've definitely tried that internally.
And you all freaked out?
Honestly, Cindergosa Cataclysm is an insanely strong combo.
Oh, that's amazing.
Dragon buddies forever.
Yeah,
yeah.
fire and ice, let's go.
Yep. Cindergosa keeps them slowed so they can't get away from the Cataclysm. And it also just looks hilarious.
Yeah.
You see one dragon, you see the other dragon, or two dragons going at the same time. And then also, you know, Cindergosa is really good at shutting down buildings.
Yeah.
Even better for Deathwing to fly in, burning the buildings,
Shut it down.
resetting the
Good
Cataclysm.
reset. Ah, that's incredible.
Yep.
And then, you know, just throw a Hanzo
just
molten
toss
there
him
for
in
good
there.
measure, and then
Yeah.
get some cleansing flame going on, and the Dragon Dream.
If only we could have Abathur clone the Deathwing. We have two Deathwings, Cindergosa. But hey, that sounds a little broken. That sounds amazing. Okay, so that is his entire kit, plus his heroics.
Right.
Everyone always asks afterwards, after you learn the kit of a character, all right, what do you have for me in store at the level 20?
So level 20, he's got upgraded Cataclysm again, which essentially just reduces the cooldown even further. So he already can get the resets. But what happens when all the forts and keeps are dead? You're not getting
Which is
that
going to
resets
happen
anymore.
in every Deathwing game.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
come on.
eventually.
obviously.
Yeah.
So this lets him keep a little bit of that cooldown reduction and use Cataclysm more often, even as the game goes into the extended periods. He's also got a talent called Arrival of a God.
Perfect name.
This actually allows him to stun when he lands from the sky. So the area that he lands in, any heroes that get hit by that damage will also get stunned. And in addition to getting stunned, it gives him access to all of his level 7 talents, which are all talents that affect his Dragonflight ability.
Okay, gotcha.
So this will cause him to bring down a bunch of meteors when he lands. And he
He's
can do
doing
some stuff
damage
in the
while
sky.
landing?
Yeah. So it really feels epic when he just comes crashing down from the sky and you just see this giant
big moment.
firestorm.
Do you guys just hate every other hero in the Nexus? Because this guy is coming out
He
here and
is-
destroying every
he
single
is so
one of
much
them.
Fun. Yeah.
He's amazing.
He sounds like an absolute blast. I mean, speaking about all the playtesting and stuff right now, is there any kind of crazy story you guys have had with him? Any crazy bugs that maybe have popped up while trying to deal with this hero?
Yeah, so just a kind of a funny little bug we had while we were developing him is when using Cataclysm, there were some times where you would use it and, you know, it's coming out, you see him getting ready, he starts to fly over the area, but then he just keeps going.
Deathwing
He just kept going. He just goes right off the map. He's just gone, you know? He's got other things to do. He didn't have time for this battle, so he left the area.
Did he ever come back, or is he just gone for the rest of the
he was
game?
No, he was gone for the rest of the
Dang.
game. Yeah, we
He
had
left
to,
the store to buy turkey, and he never came back.
Yeah, what happened to him, you know?
I
He had
don't
other
know.
planets to burn and other humans to annihilate.
So have you fixed that bug, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. all right. Well, we'll look forward to him. Okay, so that's pretty much it about Deathwing and his kit. He seems awesome. I guess my question to you is, when can we possibly see him in action? Is it BlizzCon? Do we have something today? Do you have something for us?
So it turns out that we actually brought a couple playtests that we had with him to
Okay.
you guys. So we're going to be going into it, and you guys can actually see him in action.
Awesome. Well, I actually have a friend here who brings the shoutcasting. He yells pretty darn loudly. So let's actually get him up here after a quick commercial break, and we will go ahead and take a peek into Deathwing. Welcome back to the show. Now, we have changed things a little bit here. I'm still here hanging out, but I now have this guy here to my left. It's Jay Howe. You guys probably know him a little bit. Jay Howe, how you doing, man?
Terrified.
You're terrified?
Yeah. Eager to get my hands on Deathwing, but I sat over there, I listened to everything, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
I think okay is a proper response. And we still have Adam over there hanging out. He's actually going to be joining us on this cast. If we have any questions or need to interrupt him for anything, he's going to lend us some knowledge that he's brought. So you ready for it, Adam?
I got it all.
All right.
Ready
well,
to go.
I think we're ready to go into this game. So let's go ahead and hop into it. It looks like it will be the Battleground Infernal Shrine. So we get to see some of that controlling aspect that Adam and Kyle were talking about earlier. So let's go in. Jay Howe, kick it off for me, man.
It's our boy Asgaz.
Yeah.
Asgaz is here. Shout out to Asgaz. But Mr. X on this Deathwing, that is a massive, massive model.
That is huge.
And now they're gone.
And now he's gone. This is him flying into the air. And just so we all know, Adam, you are the one playing.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Deathwing this game. So
I'm going to be playing Deathwing these
if
games.
any mistake happens, we get to flame you, and it's cool, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Only happy little accidents.
Only happy little accidents. Well, so far, currently, you're up in the air. What are you thinking right now as a Deathwing main?
So basically, as the world's first Deathwing one trick, you really want to think about when to land. So this game I decided to go up really early, and I'm looking for when the enemy team is going into my team, I want to land in the middle of them to kind of break up their engagement.
Oh my gosh.
I'd say we know where you're landing.
It didn't really happen this time, but that's what I was looking for. And since I didn't find a great one, I just decided to come down and start.
Still got some
Reckon
decent
some
damage. Jay Howe, look at this health bar. That thing is massive on that character.
The legendary kind of status around the health bar is pretty cool touch, but it is just such an insanely large. Look at the fire!
Oh, did you hear the sound effects? My God. It sounds like Jurassic Park, dude.
And the flame streaks, the scorched earth after.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he looks devastating. It did look like his split pushing. It took that entire bar of energy to take out that minion wave. Is that something that you guys try to do on purpose there, Adam?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Because at first for a while he was actually just unstoppable and was a split pushing monster, and he would fly away and you couldn't stop him, and it was pretty nasty. So we've done quite a bit to kind of curb that. His focus is really on heroes, but the flame breath is still your primary way that you're going to want to wave clear.
So we saw the bite and the explosion there, but I'm curious. So it's an energy bar. And all of these, when he was using the flame breath, it went down drastically.
Yes.
How quickly are we regenning here? Like, it seems like he's locked and ready to go almost every fight.
It's a little, so you can see here, like it takes a little bit of time. There's a burst of energy loss when he starts breathing, and then it takes it away very fast. As long as he's using his basic abilities, he'll be around about half or a little over half, which is actually a pretty short breath. So if you want those long ones that deny a lot of area or are really going to melt a hero, you want to save using your abilities for a little bit.
A little T-Tors action. I wanted to see that fire breath again.
This is honestly amazing. I just look at the screen here, and I don't think I've ever been so focused on a character since Cho'Gall, probably. He just takes over the entire screen. It literally screams, I am Deathwing, I am here, and your eyes should be on me. I'm loving this.
Well, I mean, that makes me want to play Tracer more. It's like, look over here.
Look over there.
I'm gonna do this thing over here.
And damage already coming out here. Is it? Wait, are you gonna get the kill here, Adam? Oh, so close. Asgaz gets pushed away. Oh! Is he dead?
Typical Asgaz.
Typical Asgaz. There's gonna be the pick right away, and so I want to see how you do around the shrine phase, because I look at this character and his kit screams control, which makes me think he should do really well around objectives.
Yeah, he definitely is. Especially World Breaker form is kind of the one you're going to want to look for around these kind of maps where you've got a lot of choke points and things.
Yeah.
You're trying to set up those dragon breaths to AoE down either shrine minions or, of course, enemy heroes.
Oh, Daybreaker
Body block.
Wait,
Breathe.
is that entire model body block?
It's actually the circle under
Underneath
it is the actual mod. I believe it's the same size as Asmodan's, if I'm not mistaken, of the actual body blocking
That's
portion.
still a chunky boy, honestly.
Asmodan's a big
There's the whole
lad.
model. It's a bit of a nightmare, especially with ally body blocking, especially.
I'm looking at the opposing team's comms, actually. It looks like we got a Tychus here. So it does seem like the normal rules of big health bar, get percentage damage is going to be a thing that people can consider.
Yep, that's absolutely
Imperious
the case.
too.
Yeah,
it's like,
Imperious.
what's that armor you've got there? What about his health pool? We know he's got a lot of armor. He self-heals. That's his only way of healing. Like, what about his health pool? If we're talking percentage-based damage, how much are we talking about?
He's got a pretty big health pool. He has a little bit more than Stitches, I believe, currently. So he does have quite a bit of health.
Dragon on dragon action. This is amazing. This is why we play Heroes, J-Hal.
Alex Straza looks so tiny. It's like Alex Straza is normally the biggest thing in the game, and now I'm like, wait a minute. Like Deathwing's like, oh, you really want to play?
You remember when Alex came out? We were like,
wait,
that's
There's
big.
Cataclysm.
Oh!
Oh, I don't even care that Murden dies. Like,
Yeah, the red team's over here losing. We're like, Deathwing! Okay, good pick by the blue team, but 11-8 right now on the Shrine, and it looks like your team is completely pushing out this top lane to keep them back. Working out. Alex Rosa did use her dragon form, which means the red team is obviously in a superior position, having their dragon in constant state.
it's always once the dragon's gone, it's kind of like, all right, what can we make happen? Is Daybringer, you can see the stun coming out there. I think it landed on the one and then the pool, and standing in the fire. Every raid member knows to do that.
That's his W, right, Adam? You throw that down.
Yeah, that
in
lava
Worldbreaker
pool
form?
is the W. I'm
Okay.
in World Breaker form right now, so I'm trying to kind of take out their choke points, kind of not let them escape from my allies.
Good control.
I'm looking at the health bar because it is. I'm thinking, all right, now he only has 10 armor. He's gonna go back into the sky.
Yeah,
look at
look
that.
above on the UI there. See how quickly he regens that health. That's so fast. It's 2% per second, right? Isn't that
I
what it
believe
was?
so, yeah.
And he already at 75% health soon. And he can come back down. Is there any type of...
Oh,
He comes down, lands down. Oh, Shelby putting decent damage on you, though. Wait a minute. Is Adam going to fall?
don't die. No.
Oh my god, that death animation. I feel kind of bad.
It's sad looking.
Yeah.
We saw the meteors come down. I'm assuming based on the talent icon, that's the level 7.
Yeah, that's his level
Okay.
7 talent. So as he lands, a bunch of meteors will appear around him, and they actually lower the cooldown of Dragonflight if they hit any enemy heroes.
Oh, it lowers the cooldown.
Yeah, so if you want to go for a build that's centered around lifting off and coming down a lot, that's the talent that you want.
This is my
That's awesome.
this is my brain thinking. Is those fireballs coming down, are those RNG when they come down, or are they a set pattern?
They will prioritize enemy heroes,
Okay.
but other than that, they just appear around him.
Gotcha. Okay.
Shout out to Rob Boss, I should say. That was actually a really good corruption.
Shelby trying to wait. Okay, gets out. Roger going for the chase, doesn't quite find it. And so one deer will be able to slow him down. The good news is Deathwing is back on the field. And this has been a long fight. It's been what, since level 6 to level 9?
Wait, so Deathwing, so you're in the air 10 seconds. It takes quite a bit of time to go from base to this top part of the map. Deathwing's just like, no man, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, that brings up a question actually. When you die and you come back as Deathwing, are you spawning in the Hall of Storms, or do you essentially spawn in air?
Currently, we have it set that you spawn in the Hall of Storms.
Okay.
We're still kind of toying around with the idea of if you want to be in the air, but we haven't fully decided. But right now, it's in the Hall of Storms.
I know this is a weird question, right? Because there's a few. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Cataclysm?
Decent damage. Dude, Hanzo can't do anything with that.
Wait a minute. Do you think he picks the level 10 upgrade? The reset on Cataclysm? They're
He
almost
should,
level 10.
right? It's in
I
front
heard
of
you guys
Shrines.
talking about, the stun. Look,
Oh, decent damage. Okay, there was a pick on the bottom right. On
all I
Dallas'
want to
walls,
do is
too.
watch Mount
Yeah.
Like somebody dies on the other side of the map, the observer's doing a good job as Haymaker comes through here, but I'm like, no.
Did
I wanna
Rajar
watch
really just
this.
go Haymaker and gets a tie? Gets Rajar.
Typical
I
Rajar.
love Rajar, man. He's one of my faves. So did you get the reset at 10? Oh no, it looks like it's the same icon as Goldan's. You got the Horrify. Or
Yep,
the
this
fear,
time
right?
we got the
Okay.
fear.
Okay.
Wait, okay, hold on. Let me get this straight, right? So you said, all right, he's unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
Even Imperious's ult can't get him, or can it?
Nope, he's not. Think of like Johanna's trait all the time. Not valid.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh, what I was going to ask is his mount on permanent cooldown, or is it similar to something like a Sergeant Hammer or Probius, where like when you come out of Hall of Storms, it's reset?
I believe right now we have it that it's just on a cooldown. It's 45 seconds. So even if you respawn, it can stay on cooldown
Okay.
and won't reset.
Adam, you know what you've done to this game now, right? This is Deathwing of the Storm for the rest of our lives.
I
He's
mean-
banned, he's picked, he's always in every game now.
As long as you're the one playing, is it so bad?
Maybe, I feed a lot. That's actually, that's a little scary.
There's a reason he mains Murky.
There's a reason why that exists. Okay, so we got Leap here. I do like the combo you guys put together. You got Decker Camefo, you have the stun. Here's a Cataclysm once again, and they just delete. Goldan, actually, the blue team does. Decent fire here on the right side, and Daybreaker's in the back line, but Adam's not okay with this.
I saw a dragon take off, and I'm like, wait, there's another dragon. There's Haymaker. There's the stun. Oh my goodness.
2 picks, nice. I'm just in awe. I'm watching all his animations.
I just stayed quiet so I could hear it too.
How's the art team feel about putting Deathwing together?
Oh, they are so proud of their work. They did
Yeah.
a fantastic job. The animations and the sound effects, the visuals, everything, a whole lot of love was put into this hero.
I am sure they had an absolute blast. Okay, so Tychus has picked up Odin here. You guys should have some decent defense here for the blue team. And Deathwing, once again, has he just won? Oh, he's in the top lane, taking on Shelby. Are you just terrified right now?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to get a little of that split pushing action going, and Shelby wasn't having it at all, so we got to back off.
So do they normally cheat and draft? Because it's like, all right, it's playtest time. It's like, how can we make your life as miserable as possible?
This game, they did that. They may have been tired of losing to Deathwing a little bit too much, but, you know, you've got the life swap on Mal'Ganis, the Tychus, the Hanzo at 16. There's a lot of percent-based damage there.
Bunch of bullies, man, trying to ruin Deathwing's day. How dare they?
I like it, though. I do like the fact that Gul'dan also is joining in on the meteor.
Yeah, meatball
like-
sandwiches everywhere in this game.
If only they had the Ragnaros, am I right?
If only they did. Every comp deserves to have a Ragnaros, honestly, but you get bored of winning eventually, so you gotta pick a different character. Okay.
I'm hurting on the
I
inside.
truly believe that. Whatever, man. You're the same with Sylvanas all day, J-How. You know
Yes,
that.
one of them is better than the other.
Yeah, Ragnaros, definitely. Agreed. Adam, you have to weigh in on here. Rag or Syl?
I mean, I was Rag's balance designer, and I did Sylvanas' rework, so I love my children equally.
Sylvanas better, though, right?
Wow, what a diplomatic
Wink,
answer.
wink twice if yes. All right,
But-
the camera's not on, but he winked twice.
He definitely tickled his nose. That's what happened. I don't know what that means. Leap comes in, dragon on dragon again. But Alestrons is actually having a hard time dealing
Look
with
at
this.
Tychus. Oh, so I like this combo. So they've got Stay a While and Listen into the
In the
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm, yep.
Hasn't quite had the full lockdown. You
Oh
know
my
what?
gosh.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
was a life
what was
swap, I
that?
think.
That was a life swap?
Wait, what is the wind up on flying into the air?
It's pretty significant. I want to say it's like 1.5.
Oh, that's it.
But
Oh,
yeah.
Like going up like your mount.
Oh, that one I think is about a second.
that actually brings up a really important
Almost
question.
everything is between 0.75 and 1.5.
Okay.
Since he's unstoppable, is he able in the middle of a team fight just to go up in the air? Yeah, is that a thing?
So it was for a while,
Okay.
and then we started looking at his balance.
Yeah.
And now, basically, whenever he takes or deals damage, his Z kind of acts like a Hearthstone where it gets put on a 4-second cooldown.
Gotcha.
So if an enemy hero, if you're trying to split push, an enemy hero comes to try and stop you, if they just tag you once, you're going to be on a 4-second cooldown, and now you've got to get away manually. You can't just fly up with everybody trying to kill you.
I think that's the right call, seriously. That sounds
We-
a little busted.
Yeah, we tried to keep it, but it was just too much.
Is that the fear?
That was his fear.
Okay,
Yep,
that
he's
was
got
the
like
fear.
a 1-second channel, and then he just peers all around him.
This is. I know that there's an entire game going on.
Yeah. I'm,
I
actually, I'm having this thought right now where I was like, I don't know if I haven't casted in a while or what, but my God, I can't stop staring. Oh, nice leap. Oh, where's Gilly? We need an ooh-ah, man. That was sick. Yeah, give me your best Gilly impression right now.
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Is that okay?
Not really.
You didn't like that?
I mean, somebody's going to.
He's bigger than the fort, J-How!
In Cataclysm Reset, he might have already had it, but either way, if somebody comes at him, I guess you can technically use that as a disengage mechanic too.
Yeah.
You absolutely can.
You can be like, all right, well, chase me through this fire. I dare you.
Okay, so you're on your way to 16. Walk me through a Deathwing thought process right now. What are you looking forward to? Where is your power spike, if there even is a power spike?
He kind of
Level
spikes
one?
every. Yeah, level 1 is his power spike. What really Deathwing's looking at is he likes big engagements with a lot of people. Because he has so many long windups on his abilities,
Yeah.
in between team fights, he can kind of split push, but really his only way to get away from people is if he's in Destroyer form with Onslaught, that little dash. But other than that, people can kind of run him down. It's a little harder because he's permanently unstoppable. So you want to kind of be a little bit safe, but you can do that split push roll as long as you know to lift off really early before a team fight. Otherwise, you're really just looking for those big engagements. You love chokes. You love when it's the 5v5 team fights because all of his abilities are kind of larger than life, and they have very big area effects but long windups. So that's really where he shines.
I want to go back to the one that creates the two fissures that go out,
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
in a cone. Do they
Earth
stun
Shatter.
when they hit, or do they stun after? Like,
So
is it
there
instant?
are 2 lines that move out, and they'll stun the moment that they make contact with anything.
So that's another what you could self-peel essentially.
Yes, you
Okay.
can. See, they'll stun the entire way through, but they do
Nice.
have a bit of a wind-up. So he actually, weirdly enough, really fears those
Oh
very
my.
quick heroes.
Is
See,
this
there is
Decker's-
a little bit of appeal.
This Deckard is silently the MVP, man. He's at 3 to 4 man stand while it listens. You always forget about the old man when a dragon's hanging around.
Yeah, that's Alex on the Deckard.
Oh, good old Alex. Daybringer misses out on his charge, but you guys are kiting pretty well here.
Well, Mal'Ganis is quite terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, big leap.
Hold on, here he goes. Cataclysm.
Oh, I love it. I just love it so much. I just want to see that.
And the
the
4-man fear.
Wave. I just want everything to burn everybody around me. I know that sounds a little toxic, but that's what I want to watch. I really do.
Tricks are trying to flame people. Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, there's a Yoda. There we go. Oh, can Shelby get out of this? That's scary. Nice. Good kiting. Good kiting.
I think it's good use, the unstoppable and the
Yeah.
armor.
Yep.
Very
yeah.
nice.
Very smart. Can you guys even get this keep? I don't know. They're holding pretty well against you.
It looked like you just canceled the flight animation. Does
Actually,
that also?
that was something that we forgot to mention in the beginning portions, but he does have the ability to switch his forms besides going into the air.
okay.
Okay, gotcha.
He can actually channel for a little bit, I think it's about a second, and he'll swap between the World Breaker and Destroyer
Is
forms.
that an activatable or just your D button?
It's
for your
just the
trade?
D button
Okay.
right now.
Is there a visual indicator to let us know what form he's in?
Currently, we don't have one.
Okay.
It's just based on the abilities that he uses.
Gotcha.
And that little channel state if he's switching in between.
Okay, so you gotta watch his abilities and then kind of
Yeah, it's
understand where
pretty
he's in.
obvious what abilities he's doing and kind of also the way that he's positioning.
Or
sense.
coming down to join the fight. The ground animations are pretty intense.
Yeah.
Like, they're actually insane.
He's just destroying the map over and over.
All right,
See,
there's
there's
the
that
switch.
channel
animation.
Got
So
it.
lets
here
out
I've
the
swapped
roar and
forms.
glows. Okay.
So now you're in ranged form, World Breaker, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
We'll find
Yeah,
out.
we'll
find
Hard
out
to
second.
tell from that
We'll
one.
know.
Q button, cool.
This is
Yeah,
getting
try to get
close
that
to
regen
maybe
glow.
being the last team fight if red team wins this.
Keep down top lane.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit the high level analysis side of things now.
Oh yeah. They're killing the thingies in the top lane to win the video game. That's the
Think about
analysis I
this.
bring.
You go to push the core, they bait the Punisher over to mid keep. The mid keep dies. Deathwing's like, guess what? Here we go again.
And you just cut them in half for you, right? Because that's
Yeah.
persistent damage the entire time.
Correct.
Look at Soldier. Oh, in the
Oh.
fear again.
And leap. Oh my gosh, great healing by Alex Rouse. Whoever's playing her, killing it right now. Sonya does wind up falling. This game is actually really back and forth.
Oh, Soldier just got caught in the damage while he just tried to life swap.
He tried it, but it didn't
He
work
got
out.
the life swap
He did
off,
get it
though.
though.
That took away almost all my health.
You took all of his health.
That's true. I'm trying to give him some credit.
So, another nice haymaker, Rarjar, of course.
It's such a hard thing to deal with when Alex throws down her circle of life and you're like, do I run into the fire that is currently being popped up by a Deathwing or do I get healed? I don't know which one to pick. But it works out. Blue team is able to grab the Punisher. And how good is your anti-siege? Say the Punisher is pushing as Deathwing into your base. How do you handle that?
Well, it turns out he's great for baiting the Punisher.
yeah?
You know, unstoppable.
Oh, yeah.
He's decent at anti-siege. He's more about when he's getting sieged on, about zoning the enemy team away.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know, he doesn't deal as much damage with his abilities to the Punisher or those pushing mechanics, but he is really good at just putting area denial down everywhere so that the enemy heroes have to kind of deal with it.
Oh, nice pick of that fourth there in the middle.
It's just randomly you look over and there's the destroyer of buildings.
Destroying a building.
Destroyer of worlds,
Hey, even
destroyer
his
of
walls.
buildings.
I guess his auto attacks, I got to ask right before we went on, his auto attacks are really strong, yes?
They're pretty strong. They're a little bit below Stukov's, but he does hit really hard. And he has the same attack period, I believe, as Stukov right now. So he's really slow, but hits like a truck.
Okay.
The opposite of Probius.
The opposite of Prometheus.
What made you bring up
I
Prometheus?
played Prometheus the other day, and I was doing like 30-something auto attacks.
Yeah, he's a little zappy boy. Yeah, that's what he does. He brings the lightning. That's about it.
They invited me here. I came with 2 objectives: one to talk about Deathwing, the other to talk about Prometheus.
As long as you got goals in life, that's all that matters. Oh, it's amazing. Roger jumps in, and you just straight up just clear out these minion waves with the help of your teammates, and now you can
See
start your
there,
fight.
he can't bring me up into the air
Oh,
with
I
that
see.
Imperial Assault.
Here we go. Oh, wait, did he?
Wait, they're stuck in it. They're bleeding to death. They're actually being burned to death. It's pure
And
destruction
it
here.
keeps about to fall. Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again. Do it again. He didn't get the reset at 10. He can't do it again,
Oh,
Jason.
he had 10 to 10. That's right.
We got the fear, got the fear. I regret it now,
That's what
but
your commentaries become. Do it again. Do it again.
I really wanted to see it. Wait, what 20 upgrade did you go? I don't know the icons yet.
that's the Arrival of a God, so that's the one where I get my 7s and I come down and stun them.
We didn't
Okay.
go over too much about that earlier. What are all the 7s you get? You got the Fireball, right? And what are the other 2 that you get?
They're all mount related? Is
So, yes, they're all mountain related. One of them greatly increases the damage that you deal when you land. So there, I'm going to deal a lot more. And I get a reset. Right there, I can use my breath ability right away. Normally, when you land, your abilities are on a 3-second cooldown, which kind of gives the enemy team some time to reposition before you start casting stuff on them. But with the level 7 talent, I can cast my breath right away.
Okay, so that right there, I'm like, oh, Mal'Ganis is so. Oh wait,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
unstoppable.
it's
How about if I
unstoppable.
just fear you? That's so.
My
He
concern
baits
is-
enemy tanks really well.
My concern is, did Deathwing feel bad about killing Alex Raza, like fellow dragon brethren at all whatsoever, or is he just kind of whatever?
I think he fights her in the story a bit, so I don't think he really has too much love for Alex Strauza.
Oh, dang,
if I
dude.
remember right.
Yeah, I learned something new.
You know, well, I saw you playing WoW recently after
Yeah.
Classic
Me too.
launch.
Yeah, it was kind of fun actually.
Now you got to go back and read all the lore and all that stuff.
Hang out
Is
with
this
I saw
game-
Anduin. Anduin's like a child. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a little kid.
He's just standing in the middle of Stormwind, just like, yes, I own all this. It's like, you're 6 years old.
It's come a long way.
Well, speaking about ownage, it looks like the red team is just gonna own this core, take it out quickly, and that was a back and forth battle. What was that? 31 kills in total between both teams.
It was Tychus,
Yep.
man. Tychus was destroying people.
Yeah.
I know you said the Deckard. Rob Boss was actually murdering everybody.
It's always surprising when that old man just comes in and destroys everybody. Deckard Cain is one
Oh,
of
there's
the.
the Rob Boss MVP.
Oh, Rob Boss, look at that.
Agreed.
Gosh, I'm just in awe. That was incredible to watch. The animations looked wonderful. The audio sounded great too. When he does that roar sound effect,
Yeah, I love that breathing breath
Yeah.
channel. It just sounds so good.
like I'm reminded of going back to being, I think I was 7 years old. My parents at my first movie, which was Jurassic Park, and I saw the T-Rex. Like I'm reminded of that moment every time. That was great. What do you think, Jay Hal?
I can't get it out of my head that every time I see an ability wind up, I'm like, all right, you just got to interrupt this. You
Yeah.
just got to, and then I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you can't interrupt him.
Yeah.
Like you actually,
Nope,
I saw
you
the,
cannot stop
the
him
wings
from
lit up
winning. Yep.
during Cataclysm, and I'm like, all right, what if somebody's, oh, you can't stop it. And like, that's in my mind of like, that's how you control a lot of heroes that have these insane abilities. And then this one, it's like, you can't. You
Skullcracker
actually
is
can't
obsolete.
stop.
You can't use Skullcracker to shut down Deathwing.
Nope.
Tanks are going to hate Deathwing.
Yeah.
Tanks
Like,
everywhere
all of
hate him.
them.
Absolutely.
Like it's like the ultimate tank hero. I mean, you know, Imperius I think is cool because he's got the percentage-based damage, but overall, it's just, what do? You just work around it.
Adam, I hear that we have a second battleground to go to.
We do. We have a second game for you guys.
Do we get to see the other heroic upgrade in this game, or no?
I believe so. We'll have to find out.
Okay.
I think we do. I really hope so for J House sake.
Yeah. Do it again! Do it again! All right, let's go ahead and get ready for the second battleground. It looks like we're actually going to Alterac Pass, so very fitting here for Deathwing, another Warcraft map for him to destroy.
Trixler,
What?
what you see there at the top right, my friend?
I see my boy Ragnaros, which is a proper composition here. And my old flame, if you will, Chromie, hanging out there as well. So this looks
Another
pretty nice.
dragon.
Do you think that maybe behind the scenes, like Blizzard was like, "Oh, we heard you, Trixler. Maybe we'll come up with a new skin for Chromie," but they realized they couldn't?
I like to believe it, but I really don't think they care enough about what I want to play and want to see at all. But I'll take it. We're good. So immediately here, we're gonna have a lot of transformation here. You got Deathwing and you got the Molten Core later on. And a Cataclysm into a Molten Core, I really hope that the opposing team, walks in 5-man into a Molten Core, because I want to see the destruction.
Wait, so what is, I think you answered this already. What is the mount time? Is it, or like the cooldown?
The cooldown of his Z is about 45
Currently.
seconds, I believe.
Okay, because I'm thinking like, is it similar to, like on bigger maps, like the game number 1, you mounted right out of the gate, and then you chose, but
You
is
do
it
have to
better?
consider what you want to do and when you use it. The thing that makes it, so you know, like a lot of our Z cooldowns for globals are really long, like 70, 90 or so. But for Deathwing, we really needed it to be a bit shorter because that's his primary way that he heals.
Yeah.
So because of that, he needs to actually go up more often than those heroes because he not only uses it to Z into a fight, you know, for the typical global, but also because it's his way of healing.
I believe I was looking at one of the level 1 talents on his Q ability, his Flame. He does heal off that, is that correct?
Yes, he does heal a little bit baseline off of it. I believe only on enemy heroes.
Okay,
And
that's good.
his level 1 talents are about giving him additional ways to either get sustain or survivability.
Yeah, I saw one that gives him protection every time he loses one of its plates.
Yes, that's another one. He gets a little bit of a protected status every time that he loses a plate.
Great against percent damage or any type of damage that can bring you down quickly. That way you can just make sure you get away when that plate.
Yeah, it's actually really
gets
good against
away.
heavy bursts too. When the whole team just blows a bunch of cooldowns into you, it gives you a little moment to try and get away.
A lot of flexibility.
It's like playing Insight on Kerosene.
Yeah.
He a little chuckle as he's like, yeah.
No, actually, I play Insight Kerosene pretty much every time. I love Insight Kerosene.
I don't mind it.
I may have changed his 7 talents a little bit selfishly to make it perma E uptime
The
easier
cooldown
to
reduction,
get.
yeah.
The perks of being a dev on the game you like playing.
It's nice. It
It's
can be
nice.
nice.
It gets done.
Let's talk Sylvanas. Let's put that cooldown back down on possession.
Look at that. This man over here comes in to watch a
boy.
dragon
Already
be
a really
played,
strong
and he's like,
hero
hey,
wants
by
to
the
make
way,
it
while
better."
I'm here, Sylvanas, that character everyone hates in World of Warcraft right now. Can we get it buffed, maybe?
He opened the door. He opened the door. What, does everybody love Deathwing?
Yeah, everyone loves him.
Despite his cataclysmic nature?
My
The
boy
aspect
Palatine.
of what?
He loves him, man.
What is the aspect of?
Death.
Oh, okay. Yeah, clearly everybody's favorite.
Yeah, but undead versus death. Death is just, you know, it's great. It's one of those words when you're a little emo, a little angsty. Some people, they identify with death, man. Just let them do their thing.
It's the dark side coming out.
Oh, man.
I'm waiting for the first fight. Oh.
Oh.
I was saying I'm waiting for the
Oh.
first fight, but unfortunately that first fight was brought to poor Chromie.
I just
Oh, the mud doesn't slow him either.
No,
I'm like,
he doesn't
can't
care
stand
about
there.
Oh, the mud means nothing.
Yeah, like he can't stand there. He's gonna. Oh wait, no, he's not.
No, I just want to see him on a conveyor belt just to say that I've seen Deathwing on a conveyor belt.
Wait a minute, hold on. Did I see 3 claw marks in the middle of that?
Yeah, there's a little homage to a reveal related to Deathwing there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think that ever happened. You know that's only gonna really bring out the more conspiracy theories about that, right? 2 years ago. And we're
Oh
still
yeah,
going on?
yeah.
Maybe. Was there ever any consideration during the development where you could turn with your flame breath?
We thought about it before we made the ability on paper. I'm not sure exactly why Kyle decided against it. My guess is because it's really good.
It does a lot of damage.
We really wanted to focus it on the damage. So if we gave him the ability to turn it, it would have to do quite a bit less damage because it's got a lot more utility.
Now that we've seen that go vertically, I think it makes it look even better.
Yeah.
Like, now that I know what it looks like from all different angles.
Dude, Lava Wave looks good on any angle. Don't worry about it, man.
Okay.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Oh, no. I actually really want to see him in some high-level coordinator play because I want to see him being like in the fly zone and come in and like just cut off an entire section.
Yeah, he's
and
very
push
good at
him.
controlling space in that way.
Sounds really good in that way. And the best part is him being in the air after a set amount of time, obviously. He can decide when that perfect moment is after a big cooldown gets used by the opposing team. He seems to have a lot of flexibility, which makes him a cool hero to play.
He does. Even though we talked a lot, he's got quite a bit going on with his kit. It's actually fairly straightforward once you get your hands on him. A lot of it is about deciding when to go in and what to use, not so much the mechanical skill of, you know, like a Tracer or Alarak or so, where you have to press the buttons exactly perfectly.
So one question about Cataclysm. Let's say, can I Cataclysm over this wall, like from fog?
Yes, and that is the primary way you're going to want to do it too.
Because that seems pretty awesome.
Yes, he's very much like hanging out on and flanks with Cataclysm to cut off a retreat or to go over them all when the enemy team's not expecting it. Those are actually the primary ways that you want to use it.
So just to be 100% sure, like Hunter's Mark doesn't even work on you, or does it? Can you have armor reduced on you?
I believe debuffs do work because it's
Okay.
unstoppable. So debuffs like spell power reduction, things like that will still affect
Okay.
you. It's only enemy.
Leo, the best counter.
Yeah,
Is
Leo
what
would do
you're
well.
saying.
Yeah, Leo. Yeah, he's pretty good against him.
And
yeah.
we just confirmed with Kyle here on the side, he double confirmed your confirmation that yes, Tyrannus Hunter Mark will affect him
Okay.
for
it
now.
does work.
All right, so there are some ways to really terrorize the aspect of death.
But
here.
allied methods of giving him armor and things will not work.
Okay. Rip Morales.
Puny allies,
Yep.
man.
Oh my goodness. Look at Gul'dan.
Oh, I like how you're on ETC here, so it sets up for the mosh. Oh, it's not 10 yet. Darn, that would have been an amazing mosh. But
Barely
still,
walked
good pickup
away.
regardless. 2 for 1. And Deathwing spray
He has
paint.
one health.
Adam, did you spray paint
I
your fellow
totally did.
developers?
I didn't know the camera would catch it like that, but yeah, I totally did.
I didn't think I'd get caught. That's amazing.
It's like that time I played with you and you were trying to solo a sapper camp with Abathur.
I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I'm in it for the entertainment when I stream, okay? We probably still won that game. Just throwing that out there.
We didn't. But moving on. Ariel, one of the recent buffs.
Dude,
Look-
Ariel
looks
lately is
strong, man.
really strong. Yeah, she puts out so much energy now.
But it's like a healthy strength, you know?
Yeah. I'm feeling the whips. They're nice. Okay, so what are you guys looking for with your composition here? You got Stage Dive, Palm, Sandstorm. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, raw dude! You got out nice. The plays. So you guys can just come in from anywhere, basically. Deathwing and ETC at the same time.
Stage dive, Deathwing, you've got to be
Yeah.
on your toes at all times.
And ETC seems like he's perfect to go in first because you have your windups afterwards. So if he can get the
and then
CC
he
and the
can
control.
get that CC, and then Deathwing can fall. He's very good at following up other people's CC.
Oh, that is nice. I like that. And then you also have the split pushing capability at the end there if he goes Echo Pedal, which has he gone that way? No, he went for W build, but it's still good too.
We didn't get the Cataclysm upgrade, by the way.
Oh no, did I? No, I didn't this game.
Imagine
just
if
how
you
sick
go
in him.
Cataclysm through the objective, so you have the bonus damage.
Yeah.
Take down
then
4
do it
and
again.
just do it again with that damage buff.
It would be quite devastating. It seems like with that heroic, you'd want to group up as 5 and really just kind of push up and take advantage of that.
Death ball.
Yep.
Yeah. It is nice how he has both styles available to him. Oh, Asgaz is out on Gul'dan this time. I just realized that. That's his main. You guys better watch out. He hits those corruptions.
Oh no, Asgaz is scary on Gul'dan.
Yeah, that's one of his really good heroes that when he gets it, I have to think about trying hard.
Murden shot out the hammer at Deathwing. That's cool.
Oh, I bet that happens a lot too. People try to CC him and like, oh
They
wait.
do. It happens.
Yeah.
Like, he baits out tanks a lot from their abilities.
Oh my gosh, that flame breath. Wait a minute, this game does not count. Ragnaros went Sulfurous Smash.
Did
Who
it
was
work?
that? Is that Rajar?
That's Rajar.
I mean, maybe it got a kill, sure, whatever.
But did it kill minions?
Did it kill minions? It did not. Think about it. It's just math, man. 1 versus many.
I don't mind Lava Wave on maps where the objective is like, I go where my minions are.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Malthael, man. Got
Picked
punched
off
in the
quickly.
face.
That was sick though, that fire breath and the kill on the bottom. They could not run through that choke. That thing is huge.
Yeah, we set up a lava burst there too, so that when he goes through the choke, he couldn't get away.
Does the Lava Burst hit minions?
It does.
Okay.
It deals very
Okay.
little damage. It's a lot more about the slow.
Since it's the double
but-
the heroes. Gotcha.
Yeah. It is a perfect place to get that breath.
Oh, Sowandir's in there. Kind of working out for you guys. Okay. You have zero fear, Adam. I respect the way you play this video game.
I like to go in.
The Cataclysm Fear combo is nuts, man.
It's pretty good. Yep, you get behind them, they want to get out of that fire, and then you just fear them right back in or right into your team. It's pretty nasty.
Like, that's honestly just seems so crazy to me. Ooh, Falstad wants to have a word with you.
No, yeah. Those...
Wait, you can use Falstad against Deathwing. When the entire team pushes up, you can gust him out and Deathwing won't leave.
Yes, that is absolutely a thing, and it has happened in our playtest.
Mind blowing. I would just focus Deathwing. Wait, Daybreaker's making plays right now.
Yeah, Meriden's like, look, 1 health, I got you.
Actually, those heroes like Falstad that are ranged, that have quite a bit of mobility, are the ones that I think give Deathwing the hardest time. He kind of fears heroes like Vala and Lunara because he has such long windups on his abilities.
Oh, yeah.
And those heroes are ranged and can just kind of be nimble and move around. He's not that great in 1v1 scenarios, actually. He really wants those big team fights around chokes.
Have you played him in the solo lane at all?
We have. He is a bruiser, and he definitely can do it. He just breaths the wave and then just kind of tries to zone out the enemy hero. I've had a lot more success with him in the 4-man, kind of like where Alarak kind of is in a team comp, where you want somebody else to solo and you kind of join the 4-man team.
So I have this belief coming from the competitive side when I see heroes. Hold on.
Oh, nice palm.
That's a nice horrify. I call it horrify, but I know it's a fear, AoE fear. It's like Maiev, Alarak kind of fit into that, but it feels like
Kerrigan.
that other offlaner normally needs to be something like another bruiser assassin style, like a Thrall, a Malthael.
A Ragnaros, maybe?
Or I guess a Ragnaros. Does it feel that way? Have you tried playing them with maybe like
both.
a Yrel, Blaze on the other side?
I actually like either one. The benefit of having the tankier ones like the Blaze Yrel is that they bring more CC to your team. Oh, this is a pretty big Cataclysm.
Oh my god,
here.
it was huge. Okay, so you're in there. Soldier's dead. Bye, buddy. Oh, and they're still eating damage here from the Cataclysm. Oh, there's so much death and destruction. You know Deathwing is pleased right now.
Yeah, but
you can't get in the bunker then, I'm assuming.
no, you cannot get in the bunker. He doesn't fit. He's too big, obviously.
His head won't even fit that thing.
That'd be pretty funny, though. He's just popping it out.
Just pop it out. He breathes fire instead of oil. That'd be such a good little change.
Yeah, as we were saying about team compositions, I actually really like it when he has a beefier solo laner that brings CC because it's just that much more setup for him for your team.
Yeah.
But he definitely works as the second main frontliner with a bunch of health, like Sonya or Blaze, where he just fills that role of controlling the enemy team more.
I can dig it. Asgaz willing to eat the stun.
Looks cool sometimes. It's got sand in it.
They told me to make sure and give Asgaz all the praise.
Yeah. Well, there's
speaking of raid
finally.
bosses.
I just love seeing Deathwing and Ragnaros together. There's a little scene in World of Warcraft, even though I don't play it, I did see this, where the two of them are together, and it warms my heart. Doesn't matter if they're bad guys. They deserve to be together.
It's like you hate on Sylvanas. We're like, yeah, I mean, Deathwing tried to kill everything, and you're just like, but Sylvanas.
I just know it's cool to hate on Sylvanas, honestly. That's all I know. It's all cinematic, man.
Glorious, aren't they?
It was glorious. Big stun on the left here. And you're just trying to get 16 right now, right?
Yep, we're just trying to get 16. I'm throwing out the stun, just trying to soak, but got to be really careful about positioning because, again, he doesn't really get away too easily once heroes are on him. He just kind of walks.
You got the protection at 1, right? Is that what I just saw there? I saw something flash.
I think that's just actually the animation of an armor plating being lost.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Now, I haven't been paying too much attention. Is there an indicator, I guess, just the health bar, or is there something else that I'm missing? Well,
For what?
For the armor plates?
It's just the health bar and the amount of armor that he has, obviously.
Yeah.
Dude, Ascaz isn't playing around right now, man. He hit 16. He's dropping all these corruptions.
How cool was it though to have like the little insignia around his health bar?
That was a really nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very happy when they put that little detail in. It just makes him feel that much more epic.
It does. Like I look
like
at
the
it,
moment you look at him, you're like, something's different about this guy.
Well, that's a nice stun. I like how they all just collapse here. That's
Yeah.
like, can we kill him? But that fear, every
my.
that poison damage. I guess that is terrifying because you get poisoned to death. I mean, you're just like, how do I heal?
Yeah, your allies can't heal you through it.
How did you just heal so much though?
Yeah, what was that?
Like what was
Let
that?
me
A
look.
couple
Yeah,
talents?
so he has a 16 talent, I believe. It's called Elementium Plating. It gives him a shield based on his missing health, and he heals a lot more while that shield is
That
up.
talent just won you that team fight, so you
yeah,
can channel this.
you basically want to pop it when you're really low on health so you get a bigger shield, and then if the enemy team doesn't burn down that shield quickly, you'll regain a good amount of your health back.
Does the shield count towards the armor plating or no? It's just
The health
shield.
will that you regain during that time,
Yeah.
but the shield does
Okay.
not.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like I get shield plus armor.
Yeah, no,
I'm sewing
no,
you
no.
with my 16 and 20. Do you think they're going to show us the games where Deathwing just wins twice?
I would.
Spoiler alert.
If I was in control of this, I would, 100%.
I want to see this.
I would turn all the number ups on Deathwing so he's one-shotting everyone and make him look super insane.
Wait, Red Team hasn't gotten an objective yet, have they?
Nope, this
No,
will be
I
the
want
first
to
one.
see it with the objective. I mean, they might still be able to defend, but Ariel dead.
Yeah, they need Oriel for sure to move in here.
They'll have like a 10 to 15 second window unless they stagger a death. Unless they stagger a death.
I think they're staggering a death.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening right now.
That's how it works. Oof.
I'm curious, how often do you go up in the air? Because I feel like my playstyle, I would be up there all the time, Adam, but do you find that being on the ground is more helpful?
I think it actually depends on playstyle. There's not really any one way to do it. Like if you're up in the air, the advantage is that you have that threat of the enemy team. Wherever they go, you could show up. But it is delayed, so it's not like the threat of, say, a Falstad versus an enemy team where they have a solo laner where he can just come into the bush immediately and start fighting. Deathwing has a very long delay on his landing, so you don't have as big of a threat in the 1v1 matchups. You're just more looking for the team fights. The disadvantage of being in the air all the time is that you're not soaking, you're not doing damage, you're not pushing lanes. You're just kind of waiting. So there's kind of a push and pull there of what you want to be doing.
Okay.
I tend to go up in the air less. I want to, use my health bar as much as I can, and I save that Z cooldown to heal up when I need to.
Gotcha. All right, let's see what you guys can do with this push here. You're all going to the top lane here.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Gul'dan. Oh! Somebody ate some Ruinous Affliction.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, Matt. Nobody saw that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, blue team actually cleared that up pretty quickly. Middle, bottom, all you gotta do is work on top, and they got Gul'dan there. As guys will happily clean that up. So when you're thinking about getting into a fray right now, are you just looking at ETC and you're just communicating with them like, hey man, let's go right now?
Yeah,
Is it all
I'm
between
really
you two?
looking to fall. Well, it's either A, I'm looking to Cataclysm in if I can be greedy and get something, or I'm looking for ETC to set something up so that I can go in.
I like how you're hugging the wall, playing
Yep,
around
yeah, you see, I
fog.
was very much, I remember looking, are they going to go hard on the ETC? Because I'm going to Cataclysm real quick if they do. Didn't happen there, but.
After watching the earlier combos, here it comes. Cataclysm, horrify them. Oh, they did a
It was
good
too
job
far,
splitting.
yep. There's
That
the
he didn't.
horrify.
Oh, that's where he busted through your shield there, right? That's what it looked like? Okay, so you didn't get the
Yep.
full heal. Got
Yeah.
it. Wow, it's really on display right now, like how balanced Deathwing is around not
Right?
getting healed by his
Isn't it
teammates.
great? Like, he's
Like,
perfectly balanced.
Like he
in
looks
every way.
really solid in these fights. Those corruptions that he has to eat because he can't get held up just allows for the opposing team to fight back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, one thing that's nice about playing against him is that you really feel your damage is a lot more sticky compared to other heroes. Like, it's very meaningful when you're poking him away, especially if he just Z'd in and then you do that damage. He can't heal. He can't really do much.
Alex, run! He's buying so much time. What a brave warrior.
One saw a douche. It's 2020. No bosses yet. I guess if he does a lot of just good auto attack damage, wouldn't be terrible.
He's decent on the boss. He does a lot of auto damage, and his breath will do a decent burst, but the boss does have a lot of health, so his damage over a long period of time isn't as much on a boss. No one saw that, don't worry.
On, say, Battlefield of Eternity, is it? I mean, are you playing him offensively? Can you race with him? I mean, what have you found like his strengths or his overall weak? Because we talk about the strengths a lot. What about some of the weaknesses? I mean, some of them have been apparent, but
his throughput DPS on Immortal's not that great. It's okay, but it's it's no Vala, it's no Greymane.
That map seems too small for Deathwing, honestly, when I think about it.
takes up half the map.
Yeah.
The best part of the map for him is probably all those chokes that you can fight in.
Sure.
He's better at defending in Immortal because he's got circular AoE things that you don't want to stand in. The Immortal has circular AoE things you don't want to stand in, so you can kind of combo with those. But yeah, his race isn't too fantastic.
Do you have a favorite build? It seems like you kind of have gone. You like to balance things, so.
You look
So they're all
reactionary.
perfect then, right? I mean, everyone different situations, different reactions.
Make no mistakes.
Oh.
Perfect. Oh, hang on. Here you go. Stump in. Good pick on the Murd in there. Okay, you guys are fighting back. Big
So here I'm
cataclysm.
just trying to zone out the false stat from helping his buddies, so he can't go up into his team.
And avoiding that Goldan. Gosh. Oh, bigger stage dive. Nice. Oh, you guys destroyed this team fight.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
What'd you wind up picking up at level 20? Was that the 7 talents again?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the arrival of the god again.
Still have that boss to deal with.
I thought he was about to like wind up and flame the Falstad there for a second. I just cannot get over how big this character model is. It's so intimidating.
Trying to fit between both those turrets, just barely making it.
Do I get to ask, like, do we get, like, Deathwing is its own skin, right? Like, it's hard to be like, oh, I want a different skin, but down the road, maybe some cool things? Or are we looking at just like, this is the most intimidating thing we can possibly throw at you?
I think there will be cool things down the road. I'm not gonna commit to any hard what that might be, but he's got cool things.
Here's the only thing that we need. If you look at Diablo, Diablo has a Barney purple skin. Does Deathwing have a Barney skin? Can we be Barney bros?
you can
maybe.
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 Okay. That's all I asked
Maybe.
for. The maybes. That's all I want in my life.
Every time I see a stun, I'm like, he's gonna take it. And then I don't know how long it's going to take to get used to the fact
breaks
that you
your brain.
can stand in
Yep.
everything.
It really
He
does.
does not
It hurts,
care.
right?
Yeah.
I think about Battlefield of Eternity, and I'm like, now I want to know how much those, like, the stuns hurt. Like, there's no doubt about that. Oh, Crystal Aegis followed up. That's the old school combo, early 2017.
Quicker on the stage dive and a cataclysm there too, and you're just seeing the destruction because of it. Ariel's separated. Quick cleanups here.
This might be game.
That's got to be game ending, right? No, Asgaz does stand. You never want to be between a rock and an Asgaz, that's for sure. Okay, Balthield's back too. Call it, Jay. How is this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, Deathwing on core is enough for me to be intimidated. This is the second keep down. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's
No
definitely
gas.
it.
Asgaz.
Fire breath him.
Oh,
Do
no.
it. Do it, Adam. He did it.
He was trying to cast his, oh, did he? What was he trying to do?
I don't think he said his original teleport, and he tried to pop
okay.
it, and it started channeling.
Oh yeah, he was probably panicking
Yeah,
to teleport
trying to
back
get it up.
away.
For a second, I thought he was trying to cast a Rain of Destruction, but then I see it's on like 20-second cooldown. I'm like, no, that's not it. It's like, get me out of here.
Well, this was our first look at Deathwing, and first reactions from me. He looks amazing. I'm so excited for him. I can't wait to see him. Josh, what did you think?
I can't get over the unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like every
You
time.
have to warp your brain around it. The unaffected by allies is another one
And that's
too.
only 25% of his trait. Like, he has 3 other abilities as well. Adam, thank you so much for showing us that. Obviously, we have a little bit more to talk about. We're going to get Kyle back on the couch here. We'll do some closing thoughts, and we'll call it a day. But thank you so much for bringing both those replays. So let's go ahead and head to a break. We'll be right back with a couple more minutes from our last couple of our devs. Today has been a glorious day so far. We've gotten information about the newest hero that will be joining the Nexus soon, Deathwing. We've seen him in action. We've learned all of the broken abilities he has. We've learned about the counters as well. So it's about time that we start ending the show. But I did want to throw out a disclaimer. What we have seen today is subject to change, right, guys? There are some things being worked on, balanced,
Absolutely.
etc.
It's a little bit of an earlier version of him, but you know we're still working hard on him.
There were some bugs. that we're maybe seeing. But yeah, those will be worked out.
There might be new bugs, there might be no bugs. The point is that things could change, so be aware of that. Don't take this complete video as 100% fact. Things might change. Now, before I do start to close out this show, I wanted to just kind of let you guys take the floor a little bit and talk to the audience at home about this hero and what it really means to you to be working on this. So let's go with Kyle first, and we'll go with Adam afterwards.
I mean, Deathwing is a hero that we've always wanted to do since we've started making this game. It took us some time to figure out exactly what's he going to do, how's he going to play. There were a lot of different ideas thrown around, like should he be a map, should he be like a core replacement, things like that. But we're really excited to finally be bringing him in, and I think he's being brought in the way that's going to do him the most justice, and just really excited to see what everyone thinks.
Adam?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, a lot of love got put into this hero. Like, we've been working very hard on him for a long time. I still kind of remember when we had a meeting, we were deciding, like, do we really want to do this? Do we want to do Deathwing? And we're saying, like, this is going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of stuff to go into this.
Wait.
And everybody was like, right away, absolutely. This is the thing we want to commit to.
Yeah.
So we're all so excited. We're here to kind of show him off to the world, but there's a lot of people behind us that put a lot of work into him, and I just want to say, like, thanks to the team and thanks to everybody who worked on this, because he turned out so great, I think, and I'm excited to play him in the game.
Well, he looks great, and I know a lot of us at home want to play this guy. So, anything you can reveal to us? When do we see him? When can it be in our hands? And when does he come out to the live servers?
So, for those of you going to BlizzCon, you'll be able to play him on the show floor. He will be playable. Everything that you saw here today will be available for you to play. And afterwards, in our first major patch after BlizzCon, he'll be in the game.
I am looking forward to it. Thank you so much for allowing me to come out. Of course, Jay, I always speak for him as well, for letting us come and see all this new content and share it with the world. So, Adam, thank you so much.
Thank you guys very much
Seriously,
for coming.
Kyle,
We appreciate
thank you so
it.
much. Guys, go to
Thank you.
BlizzCon. You will be getting Deathwing. You'll be able to check him out. And, of course, the first major live patch, you'll be available for you all at home to play as well. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you in the Nexus.